Hey friends, this is Namrata. Hope you all are doing good and staying safe. This session is a continuation session related to Salesforce multi-factor authentication. In our last two sessions, we have discussed about what is multi-factor authentication, how to enable the multi-factor authentication, why do we need the multi-factor authentication, and when is this multi-factor authentication is going to get enforced. And we also discussed about the scope of the multi-factor authentication, right? And then we have created a permission set for the multi-factor authentication, and we provided the access or that particular permission set to a user. And then after assigning the permission set to a user, we have understood how the user interface will be for the users for whom the multi-factor authentication was enabled. So what we did, we assigned this permission set to a user, and then we logged in as that specific user which has this multi-factor authentication enabled. Now whenever the user tries to log in into the Salesforce, what it does, it will send out a notification, or the user has to use his mobile application. Either he can choose any of this application, he or she can choose the Salesforce authenticator application or third party Salesforce TOTP authenticator app. Either of this they can use, either the Google authenticator or Microsoft authenticator. And if at all they don't have these mobile applications, we can send them the physical key to them, and they can use it using the YubiKey and authenticate the Salesforce. That is, approve the access or deny the access. So we have did the end-to-end demo of all of this. Now think of a situation when the user with multi-factor authentication is enabled has lost his or her mobile phone. How can they able to log in into the Salesforce? So there should always be a way to log in into the Salesforce, right? So today we will try to understand how this recovery process work, and how to enable the recovery process for the system admin, and what and all are the different ways of the recovery process. So that is what we are going to discuss. So as I said earlier, we will be mainly concentrating on the Salesforce mobile authenticator app, as we have did the demo using the same application. So I already have the mobile authenticator app installed on my phone, and I will be logging into that same specific user which has the mobile authenticator. So what I did, I already logged into that specific user, and this session we are mainly covering on what is the recovery process. So this is what we are going to discuss. So what are the recovery process? There are different ways with which the user or the Salesforce admin can recover the recover the account access if for the user whom the multi-factor authentication is enabled. So let's think of the scenario as I was talking, right? Suppose you have a user for whom the multi-factor authentication is enabled. Okay. Now that user has somehow forgot his phone or bought a new phone, and the user is not able to log in. How can we troubleshoot this specific issue? So we always have to remember, one Salesforce Authenticator mobile app can be connected to a user account at a time. So this is something which we have to remember. So we as a Salesforce admin, right? There should be a way with which you can either disconnect the mobile application, that is verification method, or should be able to send out the temporary verification code, or remove the uh, current users, current session, and have the user re-authenticate. So these are the different ways with which you can recover the user access. And in order to recover this specific, in order to perform these activities, you need to have a permission set. You need to have a permission for that specific user. And what is that permission? We need to enable the admin privileges for the multi-factor authentication. And how do you, what is that specific permission? We'll just talk about that. So let me log into my Salesforce. Okay, let's go to the Salesforce multi-factor sales permission set. Here you see I have already created this multi-factor authentication admin. When I go back to the same system permission, now let's scroll down to a little, or search with factor. Here you see manage multi-factor authentication in the user interface. So this is something which you're managing, which means if this permission set is, if sorry, this permission is assigned to the specific user, he or she will be able to perform the recovery process. He or she will be able to troubleshoot and authenticate or provide the temporary passcode or disconnect the user's mobile, mobile authenticator app. Lot of things the system admin can do if at all you have this permission assigned to them. So I've created this permission, and what I'm doing, I'm assigning this permission set to a user. So same thing, I have assigned this permission set to myself, and now we will see how to troubleshoot the issues if at all the user has forgot his mobile phone, or the user is not able to log in, or the user needs the temporary verification code for certain duration of time. Now if at all the users are using the third party authenticator app, our users using that, also what you can do, if the Salesforce admin has that specific permission set, we can go ahead and disconnect the app from the user account. Okay, and then we can ask them to reconnect. So whenever the users will try to reconnect, it will ask all of this process to do it. I mean, whatever the process we have discussed, right? Like first time registration, the user will be prompted to perform all of this all of this task, and then they will be allowed to log in into the Salesforce. So that is what, if at all, if they forgot their or they lost their mobile application, or they forgot to bring that specific phone on that specific day, you can check with the user what is that they require to do. Do they require to re-authenticate, or they just need to have the temporary verification code? According to user inputs, what we can do is we can provide the required recovery process to them. We can follow any of the recovery process to them. Now let's go back to the same user. Here when I go back to the user advanced details, here you see here app registration Salesforce authenticator. So this is something which is connected, which means the user has the multi-factor authentication permission set, and user is logged in into the Salesforce using the Salesforce authenticator app. In a scenario wherein user has lost his phone, what we can do is, as a system admin, we can come to the user detail page. You can navigate to the Salesforce authenticator section here, or the field over here, and click on disconnect. When we click on this particular disconnect, the user will be asked to re-authenticate the process again from the start. So all the steps that we have mentioned in the slide deck, the user should have to perform all of this task. That is one step. Okay, let's go back to here. So we have discussed about this particular recovery process. Okay, now if at all, imagine a situation wherein for a day, today I forgot to take my mobile phone to my office. Now without my mobile phone, how will I able to log in into the Salesforce? There should always be a way also, right, to log in into the Salesforce, rather than doing it re-authenticating, because I don't have my mobile phone with me currently. So how will I able to log in? Even though you disconnect or ask me to do the steps again, that is first time registration, I will not be able to do those steps, isn't it? So there should be a way with which I should have an ability to receive a code, right? If I'm a user, I forgot my mobile phone today, I should get a temporary code with which I will be able to log in into the Salesforce. That is what a system admin can do. This option, whatever you see here, the one I'm highlighting, temporary verification code. So this is something, if users can't access the identity verification method, system admin can generate a temporary passcode to the user, and then what we can do, we can set the code verification for certain duration of time, that is from 1 hour to 24 hours. So this can be used multiple times the user wanted to log in, they can use this particular temporary verification code, and using this they will be able to log in into the Salesforce. So in order to have enable this particular option, we have to remember that in the session settings you have the high assurance security level. That is something which we have to set. Let's go back to the session settings, and let's see what is this high assurance. Now when you drill down, here you see session security levels, right? I see the high assurance multi-factor authentication is added here. At times what happens, sometimes the multi-factor authentication will not be added as a high assurance. So this is also one of the troubleshooting way with which, if at all you see that the temporary verification code you're not able to generate as a system admin or the super user, what you have to do is you can come to the session security levels and verify whether the multi-factor authentication has been added as a high assurance under the session security level. So this is one of the troubleshooting that you have to remember. Once that is done, then what you can do is you can click on generate. Okay, then it will ask me, when do you want the code for this specific user to expire? So as I was saying, right, you can set it to 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 8, 12 and 24. If you set it as 24, right, the user, this specific user can use this temporary code and they can log in into the Salesforce using the same temporary code those many number of the hours. After 24 hours, it will expire. Now when I click on generate, this will be given. This is a temporary code. So when, if at all I'm on a call with the user, or I can provide them using the mobile email that, hey, your temporary code is so and so, so and so, or I can call them and let them know to note down the temporary code. Now using this temporary code, user will be able to log in into the Salesforce. Right, now let's go back to the same user. Done, right? Now let's see how the user interface will looks like to them, looks to the user for the system admin. Sorry, let's go back. Settings. When I go to the settings of that particular user, advanced user details. So here you see, rather than disconnecting this, I'm using this specific recovery process. Here you see, it clearly says that expires so and so at so and so time. And if at all the user doesn't need this for 24 hours, as a system admin, you can go ahead and click on expire now. When I click on expire now, it will get expired. The code will get expired and the user will not be able to log in. So here you see, it says generate. So this is how you can do the recovery process for the specific user who are not able in, or no, who are not able to log in into the Salesforce. And there is another way with which you can do the analysis or debugging. Here you can see the login history, right? Login history also you can verify when did the user logged in, what specific authentication method the user has used. So here it is clearly says that the user has used the multi-factor authentication and it is successful. If at all it is unsuccessful, it will give me the error message as failure or something. So this is also a way with which you can do your troubleshooting and analysis. So as said, it is always a best practice to have a support team who can handle any of these issues which is related to multi-factor authentication. So as you see, right, if at all the multi-factor authentication is enabled for a user, there could be at times wherein the user need your, user need the system admin to troubleshoot the access for them, because at times their mobile phone will be lost, at times they will not be able to get the mobile phone to the office. So there are different ways with which the user will not be able to log in into the Salesforce. In those scenarios, rather than the issues getting routed to multiple teams, it is always a best practice to have a support team who will be only taking care of these issues related to the multi-factor authentication. So that way you are making the life of the user very easy, and if at all they have any issues, they can easily troubleshoot with that specific team. And also we have to remember that whenever this kind of authentication is enabled for the user, it is we have to remember that it is only if at all the mobile phone is available, then only you can approve or deny the access. Email, SMS, text messages and phone calls are something which is not supported as a multi-factor verification method, because these are something which can be easily intercepted. So that is why these recovery process is very important to remember, that how do you have to recover the access of a specific user, what and all are the steps that you need to perform in order to recover the user access. So this is what we have for today's session. We have covered 3 sessions related to multi-factor authentication. Session 1 was just we were we were going through the slide deck and we were explaining all of those in detail, like what is multi-factor. Session 2 we did the demo, and session 3 is related to the recovery process. Thank you all for watching all our videos. And until we come up with our next topic, please do take care, stay safe, have a good day. Bye bye.